Hey there and happy Wednesday. I almost feel like it should be Friday because it's my last card of the month, and um, when I'm ending something, it always feels like it should be Friday. So that's kind of fun. So I can't believe it is the 15th and I will be done demonstrating unless somebody would be crazy and go, yeah, I want to host over the holidays or something, some kind of virtual party. And I could make that happen too. But I'm actually looking forward to moving my youngest back from college tomorrow just for, a month or so, and spending some quality time with him, cooking, and I have a whole house to decorate. Haven't done that. We did go shopping finally yesterday. We started our Christmas shopping and got a lot tackled, and so that was fun. So I'm looking forward to organizing and wrapping that, and just starting on the Christmas season. So I hope you guys are a lot farther ahead than I am. Hi there, Barb and Lois and Lisa. So card number 10 out of 10, and it's a snowman. So I hope you don't go, oh my goodness, you just used that yesterday, because I did, but it's a different snowman, but same stamp set. So I love pink and gray together, and I don't know, I just like went, that snowman would be, that other snowman in that set would be really cute with just a touch of pink on its cheeks, and just kind of bring some snowy, cozy background textures and papers in, and let's put a card together with that. And so yesterday too, you guys made me realize how much you love snowman cards. People love making snowman cards and receiving snowman cards. So it was really fun to put this card together, and just using some other products and such too. So I don't see that my iPad has caught up with me. Oh, no, not yet. But I will keep an eye on that because I don't want to keep you guys waiting and such. So maybe I will just see what happens here as we go. Okay, yep, as soon as I say that, there it is. So let me get my camera turned around here so I can make the card for you. There's always less space for my camera tripod as the month goes, because as I make cards I kind of put things away, and yet there's still a lot off camera of markers and different accessories and such that you guys don't see. So it's kind of funny. Here, let me just pop that up at a better angle maybe and tighten it. There we go. I always want to give you a lot of desk space, but I also want to keep things as close as I can to show you as well. So here is the card. I'm on the fence, so maybe you guys can give me feedback as I'm making the card. I think the card that I'm going to make for you guys won't have, it'll still say "You're so cool," but it won't have the marker over it. And I'll share what happened as I get going with the card too. But so here it is. So the snowman that I'm using is the same snowman from yesterday. And let me just show you in case you didn't join in yesterday. Maybe you're busy. Okay, so, oh, thanks, Lisa. So yeah, so this kind of, another snowman card, but yet totally different theme as far as colors and that. But I'm using the same stamp set, Snowman Season. And that's the fun of this stamp set, is you could use that snowman, the snowman, or that one punched or not punched and such. So I'm just switching it up and using a different snowman. And I wanted something that didn't seem Christmassy. And I just yesterday used Let It Snow. So then I just kind of kept paging through the catalog and looking, what do I have that I could use? So I brought out my sweet ice cream stamp set, and I actually was on the fence, like, is this dorky? So I texted two of my stamping friends and said, if I put "You're so cool" with my snowman, what do you think? And they both thought that was great. So that's how I got to do that. And if you didn't get texted, I might have thought, hey, they're working. My other friends were probably working too. So that's how it goes sometimes. All right. So from the annual catalog, this is where that is found on page 93. Like I said, same as yesterday. Now this is where I become the pain, because I'm pretty sad that I'm using this paper today for the card, which is that beautiful, peaceful place that goes with the cabin paper. Love this, but guess what, guys? We cannot get this anymore. So that's where I feel mean. I'm going to be a pain because I'm going to use things, couple things that you can't get. But I also know I sold a ton of this, so then it makes me feel better because maybe some of you already have some of this paper on hand too. And I just love the warmth and coziness of like this checked part. Like I used this because this was my favorite, but then now all of a sudden I've used this side a couple times because I love it. And it has to be pretty cool if I'm not using like that silver embossed side, and instead I'm using like these trees. And I just thought, oh, that just, you know, fits so well with the snowman. So sadly, this is all gone, out of stock. If you have ordered it and it's on back order, they will probably fulfill that the way it sounds. And I just know that currently, or going forward, I should say, we can't get any more. And this cute pink ribbon here, that is the Blushing Bride, and it was part of the Whimsy suite that's in the mini catalog, and I just love the fuzzy edges that make it look so cozy for winter and Christmas. This has sold out too, but I just opened up the spool for today's card, and I'm like, I'm going to use it. So then I always think, okay, what if people don't have it? Something that has retired in the last catalog that was really popular was the, let me get, Blushing Bride metallic ribbon too. So some of you have that. If I run out, this was the only spool I have. So if I run out of this to make everybody's cards, then I might have to swap to this too. But then I always like to get it out in case you didn't get this and you have that, then you have that option too. And a lot of you appreciate knowing how can I do this with things that I have already, because that's where I want to inspire you. Oh, good. Lisa loves it too. All right, so here's my color combination: basic gray, some basic white, some smoky slate, and then just some of that pretty paper too. So kind of very neutral with just a little hint of pink. Let me start by taking this first sheet, and I'm just going to run it through with the die that is needed for that snowman there. And that is the seasonal labels dies I've been using quite a bit. It's part of that Christmas suite that has the pine cones and everything, but it has a lot of nice little frames that you can use too. So I'm going to just cut this out with that. Oops, instead of picking it up, I just scooted it farther underneath my machine. Okay, so I'm going to just place that on here just to get that cut out. And it's going to be really easy to stamp on. Usually I stamp first and then cut it out, but I'm using a photopolymer stamp set, so that will make things a lot easier. And that can get set aside, and then I'm going to switch out my plates. So because I'm going to use a 3D embossing folder, so I take away my cutting plates 3 and that little shim, which is 2. So I'm left with just plate number 1, and then that gray plate that comes with your cut and emboss machine, that's plate number 4. That's what I'm going to need. And I just took this out of the packaging too. This I bought when the annual catalog started because I thought it was so cool. I hope somebody is like me and go, you know what, a few months later, it's still cool, and now I'm going to finally use it. So this is the Macrame 3D embossing folder, and I love the cozy look of it with this card. It reminds me of that cable knit sweater embossing folder. So it's like, okay, this is going to be kind of fun to use this too. And let me just put some smoky slate cardstock in here, 4 by 5 1/4. And I'll run that through, and because it's 3D, we're going to get some really nice deep embossed images or texture to that. So look how fun that is. It almost looks like it could be embossed in a very large area, and you could put it in front of your door as a rug. Okay, and the back just kind of goofy. So there's definitely a front side and a back side. You know, sometimes I comment how it's hard to tell which side you want to use, but this you'll definitely know. And before I start to assemble, I know I'm going to get some ribbon wrapped around here, so I need to add a little bit of this paper on before I get my ribbon going. So for this strip, I cut this 5 1/4 because I thought, well, let's have it about that same size as this, which is 5 1/4, and same with this 5 1/4. So I cut this 1 1/4, and I cut this 2 inches. And then this technique I haven't done for a while. I'm just going to tear it by pulling the paper towards me like so. I'm just taking off just the smallest little strip there, but then I love that torn look, and I just haven't done that for a while. And I thought it'd be kind of fun to put these papers down at kind of an angle too. So I want some of this texture to show here. So I'm just going to kind of lay that there. And this is where I go, oh my goodness, I can't believe I'm covering up something that's silver embossed, if you can kind of see that in a fun way. And I almost thought about using it, but it just kind of didn't fit the theme of the card. Okay, so this I'm going to kind of tip this way, and now I'm ready to wrap some of that soft pink ribbon around it. So if you guys got this, it's the Blushing Bride frayed grosgrain ribbon, and like I said, it's from the current but retiring soon mini catalog that has all the holiday things with whimsy and wonder. But like I said, it's not available anymore. But using it, it's just so soft. I feel like it's like my granddaughter's winter coat soft. Like, just want to snuggle up with her and this ribbon, guys. So why was I waiting so long to use that? I just haven't done a lot with pink in the holidays. Like, pink isn't a color I normally go to, say, oops, where's my ribbon scissor? Pink isn't something I go to much for fall, and it's not something I go to much for Christmas. And yet here it is, looking so cute. So we just have that tied in a little knot there, and then I can put this on my basic gray card base. And let me just set that ribbon aside here like so. And I'm going to put this at a little bit of an angle too. With it being 5 1/4 by 4, there's not much of an angle that I can do, but I just want to make sure all of those corners fit on the card so nothing's overlapping, because that makes it kind of tough to stick in an envelope when you mail it if that happens. Okay, so we have this for our backdrop. Lots of fun textures with that macrame there and tearing the edge and just all the different patterns on there. I just love how soft everything looks with that paired with the super soft ribbon. So now we can kind of concentrate on our focal point, which is the cute little snowman, and he won't take much at all to get going here. So I'm just going to grab my piece of scratch paper. And here he is. So the fun thing about this is sometimes you look at this and go, okay, there's rocks, there's a snowman, but everything is on one image. So there's not any stress to lining things up. So I'm just going to ink him up. And like I said, with him being photopolymer, then you'll know too where it goes. And that's why I die cut first and then stamped, because I knew I could. And then from that, like I said, the stamp set, here it is. Sweet Ice Cream, that's where the You're So Cool comes from. So I'm just going to ink that up in the memento. Somebody tried to call, and then I got a video message saying live video interrupted. So hopefully you guys come back. I kind of just flipped the phone call off my screen, hoping that would make that go away for you guys. I never want to interrupt you guys' time when you're patiently watching. Okay, so if you want to tune in, let me know as I get coloring, because maybe it'll sway once I get a little bit of color going here, if you like the You're So Cool or plain. So what happened is I got out my blends, and these are the blends I'm using today: Light Petal Pink, Dark Pumpkin Pie, and Smoky Slate. So obviously the pumpkin pie here for the nose is perfect to get that nice carrot look for the nose, like so. And then I thought, let's get some pink on the cheeks. And there's not a Blushing Bride Stampin' Blends. So when I looked in my catalog at my blends page here, this is where I kind of went, okay, now what do we do? I could have maybe used polished pink, but that gets kind of like really bright as well as the magenta, and I wanted it to be really soft and not orange, and I didn't want it to be, you know, even the Flirty Flamingo gets kind of vibrant. So no Blushing Bride blends, and Petal Pink seemed to be my best option for being soft and pink still. So I got out the light, and went over the cheeks, and I went, oh yes, this is perfect. Kind of even bringing it in a little bit more because it's such a light color to make it look kind of dramatic there. And I might even go over the little buttons here, and then the little snowballs that are up in the air with this. And not a lot of that's going to show, but it just kind of continues that color. And so then what I did next is took this color and went over it in the You're So Cool with this light petal pink. But that's when it went from a soft accent to totally clashing with this ribbon, and I didn't like it at all. So I went, okay, next thing I'm going to do is take my light smoky slate and then go over. So the pink was first. I went, don't like that. So I went over this again with my light smoky slate to cover up the clashing pink. And I had one friend say, yeah, I don't think I like that as well. And another one said, oh, I like that, or if it could be a little bit lighter. But the light smoky slate's kind of the lightest option. But I'm going to still continue with some of this light smoky slate by going over some of this and then adding just a little bit of shadow on the picture under the rocks, kind of going up and over and such. And then where it's shaded on the snowman's leg, I'm just going to kind of fill that in and then trace around a little bit just to give my snowman a little bit more dimension here. And that's what I love about smoky slate, is it really doesn't take away from the image. It just kind of helps build a little bit of dimension to it, like so. So that just helps bring that all together like that. So you guys can let me know if you, oops, took off one cap to put on the other end, but still leaves one end empty. So you guys can kind of let me know, like I said, if you like the You're So Cool plain or colored with the gray. I'm going to pop that up on here. And like pink was an option. Like I said, I can't find, anything that's going to make that look. I could do like a watercolor, I guess. Could have done that with my watercolor painter and the ink pad, because that would have been the perfect color too. So now I think of things, as I do this, but it's probably good that I don't from scratch just start making a card. I'd take 2 hours and be like all over my craft room trying to find supplies to make things work. Okay, so that I'm just going to, after getting dimensionals, kind of put a few here and then a few at, top and bottom, and that's where this ribbon's going to come through here. Not that it's super thick, but it does have a little bit more bulk than some because it's kind of frayed and such. And this I'm just going to kind of center with the actual card, not the tipped macrame layer there. So I've got that going on like so. Actually, I feel like it still looks crooked. Okay, let me twist it just a hair. I'm gonna pull this up. There we go. Maybe it does have to have a little bit of a twist to it to fit in with everything. There, that looks a lot better. I don't know what was bugging me. And so for the inside, then I'm going to take a stamp. This one wants to fall off here today. I'm going to just take this little stamp that has the little snowflake kind of design. It's similar to what is up above the snowman there. And I'm just going to make a little border. I want this card to be something that you can send anytime after Christmas into March. Because that's how long our winter season lasts here in this area anyway. So that's just kind of following through that theme, but yet leaving it open to have anything you want to put for a sentiment, or just lots of space for writing to check in on your friends during the long, cold month of January, possibly. Okay, so that's just going to go in there for the inside of the card. Oops, let me get that out of there. And then for embellishments, I do want to add some embellishments, and for that I'm getting out my metallic pearls. The metallic pearls come as a sheet of gold. Let's see, gold little dots. Where did I put the rest of them? There was gold out here earlier. Gold and silver. So just know that one sheet's silver that I'll be using, and the other is gold. I'm not sure where those went. Good thing I don't need them today. And I'm just going to take a couple of these off my sheet and kind of just frame the side of the die cut there, and then I'm going to take a couple more and just kind of frame the other side of the die up here to add that. So kind of goes away from my, hey, let's do an odd number of embellishments, because this is actually even. So it's 2 on the bottom, 2 on the top for 4, but I thought that's kind of what it needed to be to make it look right. So that is today's card, the front and then the inside. So nice wintry, snowy card, which you guys say that you love to make and send and see this time of year. So let me get this flipped around. Like I said, now it will be busy time for me, because that's card number 10. So I get to make up the rest of them. Some of these cards will be going out tomorrow for you guys that have requested them, because I've been working hard to get that going, and then I can start working on my own Christmas cards, which kind of made, but I still don't have a letter to go with it and that. So thanks, Carla, and thank you for your input, Lisa. I appreciate that. And so if you want the set of 10 cards, now that you've seen them all, they are $25, and that includes the shipping or local delivery. Or if you still think, you know what, I need to place an order yet before some of these things disappear, like a couple of the things that I used today, then you can still have till the end of the month to do that and use the host code. Minimum $75 order will get you the set of 10 cards for free too. So just know that I will be home a lot, even if I'm not demoing here. It's because I'm spending family time, but feel free to bug or pester away with any questions or help that you need for your orders or crafting needs or anything, because I will definitely be around for the holidays and enjoying as much time as I can spending time at home. So hopefully you guys have a great Christmas, and I'll catch up with you. Next on the agenda is Celebration, the new mini catalog starting off the beginning of January. I'm not sure when my first day of videoing will be. I do have one hostess lined up, Kim Radig from Iowa, and then I'll do, you know, a set of 10 cards for my virtual January stamp camp. So that's what I have on the docket. But if you're thinking, oh my goodness, that's right, celebrations right after Christmas, please let me know if you'd be interested in hosting virtually too, so that I can kind of know how to spread out my demonstrations, because that can be a busy time, especially now that celebration's just 2 months instead of 3, and it's always fun to use all those fun products. So I definitely will have lots of ideas. So if I have a full calendar of hostesses, that makes my day even brighter too. So have a great Christmas. See you guys later. Bye-bye.